Barcelona dropped their first points of the season as they could only manage a 1-1 draw against Athletic Bilbao. It'd be Martinez who would open the scoring for the hosts 5 minutes into the second half. Memphis Depay getting his first LaLiga goal for Barcelona as the equaliser. Ali, we were full of praise for Barca after that victory against Real Sociedad in the opening day. This is very much coming back to earth, isn't it?
It is, in so many different ways. Coming into this match, a couple of things that you would have said right away is, listen, if you're going to get a result at San Mamés against Athletic Bilbao, you have to match the intensity. Did they do that? No. Okay, you have to establish the rhythm of play. You have to establish the way that you want to play with your possession and the quality of the possession. Did they do that? No. So they were in trouble right from the very beginning. Athletic Bilbao with high pressure, creating all sorts of problems. Barcelona inviting that pressure, bad in terms of their possession coming out of the bag, nervous moments from Neto, Eric Garcia and company. And so therefore, what you get is Athletic Bilbao saying, you know what, we're going to continue to attack you.
Yes.
We're going to continue to pressure you. Iñaki Williams is going to push Eric Garcia around all over the field. And Athletic Bilbao, honestly, when you look at it and you evaluate how the game went on, they should have won this match. Barcelona were fortunate to tie this game 1-1.
How bad a performance did Eric Garcia have?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, he'll be sitting tonight going, I wish I'd had a bad stomach or something.
Yes, he's probably got a bad stomach now.
Well, he couldn't do anything wrong. Listen, Eric Garcia at his best is good with the ball.
Right.
He's a competent defender is what he is. But today, he wasn't good with the ball. And he couldn't handle the physical presence or the pace of Iñaki Williams. He had no idea how to handle him. He couldn't get close enough to hustle him. He didn't stand off him and let him miscontrol it and then step in. He just didn't affect anything whatsoever. And he got sent off.
Yes.
1 minute to go, which probably summed his whole day up.
Yes.
In the case of Iñaki Williams, by the way, you know as a player when you have a matchup that you like. So offensively, Iñaki Williams, the first couple of times when he was able to get around or turn Eddie Garcia in the manner in which he did, he said, my goodness, I got this guy in my pocket. I can do whatever I want, and he's not going to be able to stop me. And at no point did you get a sense that Eddie Garcia had control of any of the situation around him. And it wasn't just Iñaki Williams. For the goal, he gets beaten by Íñigo Martínez. So you now go into the mindset of Eddie Garcia. I'm unable to defend Iñaki Williams, and that's affecting everything else in the play and in my performance. Late in the match, he gets red carded. Why? Because the one thing that Stevie just mentioned that he can do is actually play the ball and knock the ball around. It's actually a turnover that comes from Eric Garcia onto the chest of Nicol Williams. He then chases Nicol Williams down, and because he cannot keep up with the pace, takes him down. So Iñaki Williams created problems. Íñigo Martínez created problems. Nicol Williams created problems. Eddie Garcia, just difficulties all over the place. And mind you, Piqué is now injured.
Yes.
So who's going to play in that back line? Is Araujo and is Eddie Garcia? Well, not so much because he got thrown out.
Bad defensively. Okay, and then you like trying to... Obviously, when Lionel Messi left, we were like, right, okay, who's going to step up? Antoine Griezmann was anonymous today.
I know, and how many times do you give this guy a pass and you say, well, because he was playing out of position when Messi was there. Well, Messi now is not there.
Yeah.
So now, okay, it's your moment to shine. And you would think that naturally this team would be looking for Griezmann to be the problem solver, but they have skipped Griezmann altogether and they're finding Memphis Depay and they're saying, Memphis is going to be the one that resolves an issue for us. And while Griezmann is running around and he's busy and here and there, he just doesn't impact the game in the attacking half for Barcelona in the manner in which he should. And Barcelona was not good enough today in the possession as well through the midfield to create enough opportunities. But even having said that, just there was a lack of participation in the game from Griezmann that I think is unacceptable. They're looking for Memphis Depay. This is only his second match with Barcelona. He's the one resolving an issue. Antoine Griezmann, well, where was he? Couldn't find him.
One positive, though, was Memphis Depay.
Yes.
Who seems to like playing for Barcelona. And what I mean by that is that he likes that responsibility almost.
Isn't it incredible when you think of the Memphis Depay that was at Manchester United and the Memphis Depay of today?
Yeah.
It's two different people. I mean, the Memphis Depay United was big-headed, arrogant, and in typical fashion, players who generally are young, big-headed and arrogant, if you scrape the surface away, they're actually not that confident.
Right.
This guy now is still a little arrogant, but my goodness, he's got confidence oozing out of him. And when he makes a mistake, brushes it aside in 2 seconds and he moves on. Because he had some chances that he didn't take. And then, of course, the one he took, he blasts this thing past the goalkeeper. So, yeah, listen, there's a lot of things wrong with Barcelona, but one of them is not Memphis Depay.
What's interesting, talking to Sid Lowe, who's obviously at the game, was the fact that you go from Premier League matches, full stadium, to New San Mamés, not full, and it's kind of almost got that empty feel. But because of the sound that this crowd created, given the delight that they were just back at a live game, that really resonated today, just from the outset.
And it is the way in which Athletic Bilbao competes. Having the push of that people. We've talked about the importance of the community and the identity of what it means to be part of Athletic Bilbao and the culture of that club. Well, the fans are very much a part of the culture of that club. And so therefore, it's not surprising that in the first opportunity that they get to be back in the stadium, they were going to create an environment. And that was aided by the fact that they saw Barcelona in the first couple of minutes making mistakes playing out of the back. Yeah. So they were excited to be there. And now Barcelona is saying, get even more excited because we're about to give you an opportunity to win this game. And so you knew that energy was gonna be all over San Mamés. The only question that you had about Athletic Bilbao was whether they were going to be able to sustain that energy and that intensity for 90 minutes so early on in the season. And the answer was not, that was not the case. The last 10, 15 minutes, Athletic Bilbao were leaking oil, and while the fans were pushing them forward, they just didn't have enough. In the end, it ends up 1-1. And I think it's a result that Athletic Bilbao would have taken before the game started. But on the balance, and as well as they played for 75 minutes, they're probably disappointed because they saw a Barcelona team that was wobbly and they could not quite deliver the knockout punch.
That was the late result on Saturday. Just taking a look at some of the other games that we saw. Of course, the weekday started with Real Betis and Cadiz playing out a 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, Mallorca with a 1-0 victory over 10-man Alaves. It finished Espanyol 0, Villarreal 0. Granada looked like they were going to take all 3 points, 1-0 up right up to the 87th minute. A really dodgy penalty awarded in that game that would see Valencia get a late equaliser as that finished 1-1.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.